G'day, guys. This is Jay here for the Robin Hood Effect. This is opinions and views. This is some of the topics that have come up in my life and come up, I guess, when I've been writing a lot down. And I've decided to have like a 5-minute opinion on certain things. I'm a bloody perfectionist. I do kangaroos, koalas, and Steve Irwin impersonations, but I haven't done this as much as I should have. But now I'm going to get in and have a chat about certain topics that I find that are, I guess, helpful to me and helpful to you to become a better person. And what I will do is say that most of the opinions that have come out of me in the next couple of minutes, that we work upon the Robin Hood effect. Now, what the Robin Hood effect is freedom, choice, voice, accountability, and awareness. That doesn't mean when we talk about stoic behavior, respect, all those basic things, but the core values. Because if you have accountability, you've got respect. And it's respecting yourself. Because everyone says all that, respect is one thing. Respect should be earned. Yes, that's a big thing. But if you don't understand how to respect yourself, respect your voice, and respect yourself in a lot of ways, you're going to have issues in respecting others. And that's my first topic about boundaries. So I've talked a bit about boundaries in some of the clips that I've done, but I wasn't taught emotional and physical boundaries. Now, what that means is I wasn't taught how, they say how to stand up for yourself, but you have to understand what you can say, how you say it, and standing up for yourself, meaning how can you actually go ahead and set particular boundaries upon yourself so you don't get hurt. Now, we live in a people-pleasing society. Let's be honest. We want, in some way, whether it be on social media or talking to somebody, we always put a mask on. And that's why I say remove your mask and write your story. Now, to remove your mask is a big thing, to actually look within yourself and your heart. And I've done that for the last 5 years since I had the stroke scare, and so I had the anxiety and sort of, I guess we'll call it a mental or spiritual breakdown or mental breakdown. So I really had to do some adjustments in what I was doing and really look into why and how I was acting the way I was and why I wasn't getting the best out of my life and why I wasn't loving what I was doing and ending up in the same situations over and over and over again. And that was not setting boundaries. And you have to go back. It's like a time machine. You have to go back and find out why and how. And you go and reflect on what's happening with regards to some situations in life. So if, for example, people come into your life. Now, I have this run of people, number one, that are, I guess, going to give me the Holy Grail. I'll talk about that in a minute. And I give everything to them. Now, why have I got that mechanism? Because I want to be liked. I want to be the person that helps. Now, I'll say to you this, there's nothing wrong with helping others. Absolutely not. And having the enjoyment of helping others. But when it gets to a point where you feel that you're not getting everything you want for yourself, or you're actually getting I won't use the word abuse, but you're getting taken advantage of, as they say. You have to look within why that's happening. These are simple ideas. And as I said at the start, this is my experiences. If you need any more information, you go and look it up, see a professional, but happy to talk about my experiences. And this is what I've done. I've gone ahead and said to myself, why the hell am I a people pleaser? Instead of being what I call myself now, an ideas innovator, why wasn't I enjoying what I was doing? Because I look at other people and go, you're doing everything you're doing, and I'm not getting everything I want because I'm not looking into myself. Because I think in a culture today, we have been told not to be selfish. We are now, because everyone's looking for clicks, looking for money, looking for this, looking for that on social media. And look, I do that. Looking at numbers, looking at views. It doesn't matter what the scenario and what the outcome is, you still have that. It's the law of expectation, putting expectations upon yourself and what's happening instead of actually just going out and doing it for the love of what you do. We try to be better people. We see celebrities and living this great life, but are we living the $1 million life we want to? I found out self-respect and self-image and self-confidence, self-esteem, everything that was put down, negative, wasn't able to speak up. I'll give you an example in a minute. We will talk about messages, but what I did was when I went in, I wrote down exactly what boundaries are going. And what the big thing is, it's like riding a bike. You got to learn how to do it. So I learned the best thing, instead of actually coming out and blurting it out, is stepping back and looking at it and doing the best thing for you. Understanding, having good, confident people that you can talk to. And that's a big thing. Male, female, doesn't matter. It all works out and it all starts something. And the other thing I think is with self-image is perfection. Perfection is an absolute drug in a lot of ways. And that comes from the ego. Perfection is something that comes from childhood because you're not perfect or you're not doing everything right and you have negativity. And it's something that is rampant, especially now. You look at social media. I mean, I won't say that I have looked at it and gone, I should be doing better. And that's what one thing, you sort of have that psyche and you go, I should be doing more of these videos, these Robin Hood effect opinion videos. But I have to be dressed in a certain way. I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this. If it's not good enough, it's amazing how you put yourself down. You're not just doing it because you enjoy it. And that's even setting a boundary where you step back and go, I'm not a people pleaser anymore. I'm not going to be happy. I want to be by myself and just do what I need to do to become better and be happier within myself. And that's a big thing. So I want you to take your time to have a look at your emotional boundaries. Have a look at the people that you're around. We always say about negativity and all that, but I want you to look at the experiences. Have a look at the trends. And you can actually see when you become aware, Robin Hood effect, when you become aware, you can make yourself accountable for what these things are. Write them down. Do some work on them. And look at the opposite to what's happening. Is if everyone goes, oh, it's not that easy to change. Everyone goes, oh, you can change it at the drop of a hat. No, you can't. Because you have to be in the right mindset, because it's just like riding a bike. You've got to be able to ride and move it and understand why it's happening. So set yourself some boundaries, write them down, make some changes. And then the big thing is, the hardest thing is, I think, for people is copying negativity. Common sense, like, oh, I'm having enough of you, get rid of them. Or I've had enough of this issue, like stop, say for example, stop eating Macca's or whatever it may be, McDonald's for those people overseas. But you stop doing it and it takes time to actually embed that new psyche, that new law that you've got within yourself. Because again, and I believe it's a lot of people who are looking for comfort and looking for acceptance, the law of acceptance. The law of acceptance is accepting you for who you are. You always hear this, I should be who I am. Yeah, right. Who are you and what are you doing to become a better person? And it's not all about money, prestige, and all those things.
Want to do a big shout out to our friends and supporters at Liberty Bullion. Sammy and the team are the best gold, silver, and platinum traders in Australia. Make good choices, give them a call. Back to the show.
So do you think things happen for a reason? They always say it's a cliche. I believe it does, because it will teach you something. It'll give you a lesson or give you a gift. And if you're aware and you create that awareness within yourself, Robin Hood effect, you'll understand and be in touch with yourself, moving from the head, thinking too much, into the heart and understanding that this lesson is something. What does it mean? And that's being in touch with your inner self. I know a lot of stuff that I've come up with messages. I always talk about messages are huge, or things that happen. If this didn't happen, you wouldn't be here talking. You have to believe and believe in the flow and believe in something that happens for an actual reason. There's a lesson behind everything if you really look into it. And this is the awareness we create, and you've got to create for yourself. People get strung up because they're looking for an answer. The answer's in front of you, and then you've got to work out that answer, as if that makes any sense. Because of the fact, being aware that message will come to you, you go, this is what this is meant to be and what it's meant to say. And it won't come to you straight away. Don't force it. Law of non-interference. Let it happen. Because even to a point of watching a movie and why you're attracted to a movie or attracted to a song, there's one song that I listened to years ago. Oh, back in the 90s, you can see my age. With a Little Love by Sam Brown. And it says, there's a way to make the world go round. You have everything you need. It was a little message. I'm thinking that was interesting why I always go to that point. The music and the vibration was good, but what were the words? I didn't realize the words until about a year ago. And I'm going, wow. But I wasn't ready for the message because I wasn't in that state. I'd like to take this time to shout out our supporters at Liberty Bullion, the best gold, silver, and platinum traders in Melbourne, even Australia. If you want to give them a call, their knowledge, their customer service is second to none. Back to the show. So you have to be aware of who you are, what you're doing, and be aware of the messages that are going around. I'll give you a hot tip. Do not overkill it. Do not look for messages because you're seeking through the forest, through the deep, dark forest for the message of life. No. The messages come to you because they're trying to teach you. It's a steady progression. Let me give you another example of stuff that happened. Now, this is on another spiritual level. They happened the other day. I had a choking incident. I've always had choking incidents, right? I'm asthmatic. I live in Victoria, not a nice place to live because of the air, very cold, dries me out, tightens the muscles. 6 months a year, been happening since I was a kid, and I'm asthmatic, right? But I have this problem with choking, and I have a fear of choking, I guess, well, to a point. Anyway, because I eat too fast, anxiety, eat really quick, and you don't think and you don't concentrate, all those things. But one thing I haven't done in my life is have a voice. So anyway, the other day, choked. Choking away. I panicked, don't you worry. And I was whacked on the back. And all those things, I coughed really loud. But it was really funny. Spiritually, I'm thinking to myself, okay, don't worry, I'm panicking, but thinking to myself, I have not been able to speak my truth. And that's not being abusive or anything like that. I need to speak up, and this is exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing today. So obviously, the obstruction came out. I hoofed and I just yelled and screamed and it was like doing one of those chants. It's not an American chants. I was just screaming and it popped out. I saw the little twig that was in. It was in a blackberry, would you believe? But the spiritual meaning of that was you need to speak. You need to speak up and speak your true self, exactly what I'm doing today. No one is going, you don't have to think you're perfect. And no one else has to think they're perfect. It's basically do it for you and just speak up. That's it. And it's all about perfection, about negativity, about being judged, all those things that you think that you are the black sheep, you are the person that shouldn't be doing this, you know. You've always had bad luck and you've always never been able to speak up because everyone's shut you down. But this is a point where I've done all the work, and I've done the work with looking at what's happening in the world, what's happening to myself, spiritually, universally, and putting it all together and creating awareness in the new people that come to me and talk to me about what they're doing, and giving people a chance to have a chat and talk about it, understand what they're doing, and understand those little messages. So the choking incident, which wasn't the nicest thing, could have been the greatest thing that ever happened, or one of the things. So what are the moments that you had within your life that really changed who you are? Was it an end goal? Like one of mine was on my 50th birthday. And this, you have to believe that flow, divine timing, and just trusting in the process is there. I went to Calgary on my 50th birthday and met Bret Hart, the Hitman, WWE champion, right? 2 days after my 50th. Awesome. Let's cut it back 3 months before, where I said to my friends that when Bret came out here, he goes, you got to go. You're the biggest fan now. I go, I can't let my friends down in my band. And I went and played in the band. It was the same weekend. I just trusted so much that I was going to get it. I did the work, though. I was given, pointers. I was given guidance, and I accepted it. And I went and looked. And I started walking and looking for little messages. But that's what happened, and I trusted that. So you've got to have that in everyday life. And look, I'll tell you right now. I say this right now. It's so hard to do in a lot of ways. Don't get me wrong, but it's really just stepping back and having the confidence within yourself to trust what's going on. It's not about winning $1 million. It's not about winning, losing. It's about yourself and becoming the greater person. So trust in the flow and trust in the messages. Write things down. Understand if something sort of twigs and go, hang on a minute, what's going on there? Look within yourself and look up what kind of meaning these things have. What is the true meaning behind what the words are? Words are powerful. They always say about spells, words are powerful. Scenes are powerful. Things that happen are powerful because they make an impact. So any type of lesson, gift, or message, take it upon board. Make sure you write it down and embrace it because it's going to make you a better person. Okay, I got a bit of an opinion piece for you. I'll say, do we get on with everyone? No. Do we feel that someone is not the true person that they really are? And we look at people who are stoic, are living a good life. And then you got those other people who you can tell when they're not being the nicest person. They think they are, but they're not. Now, I'm going to go with the Bill Goldberg thing, You see where he came out and he had a whinge about WWE. You go, oh, that wasn't a bad match for me. Oh, I'm this, I'm that, mate. Let's be honest. You got lucky because you're a Stone Cold wannabe. Okay, because you were put into a situation in WCW when Stone Cold Steve Austin was killing it in WWE. You came out, hey, and credit to you, mate. You had the short matches, Ultimate Warrior style, but you couldn't keep your ego in check, could you? And then suddenly, Vince McMahon and you were best mates. We saw what happened when he went to Saudi Arabia and did what they did to Bray Wyatt. Now you think about the hottest character in the company and you smashed his momentum because you wanted the world title. Now, I don't know the whole story, and you haven't come out and said anything about Bray when he passed, but I'm sure I'm waiting for you to come out and say, oh, look, I had to take it or whatever. If you'd said that, I mean, we would have taken your word for it. But, you just go, I'm the champ and look at me, I'm fantastic. But that's very interesting. But I look at a person who keeps talking and keeps whinging, keeps coming back. What kind of life do you really lead, my friend? Are you really grateful for the opportunities that you had? There's so many people who have been hurt. Jerry Lynn's one of them. So many people have driven up and down the highways working for $20 to get themselves a break, and you just take everything for granted. Just think, oh, I'm owed. You're not owed nothing, man. Nothing. And a stoic man like Bret Hart, yeah, okay, I'm a bit biased because he's my favorite wrestler, I guess, but he lives a stoic life. And everyone goes, he's a whinger. Now, I'll just tell you this. If someone kicked you in the head, right, and had little to no remorse in my book, that's just my opinion, gave you a stroke, what are you going to do, man? Yes, you have to let it go. Yeah, okay, I get it. But if you got someone there just has no regard for anything, and you can see straight through them, what do? You learn from them. And you just call them out and go, mate, I don't think you're grateful for everything you got, man. That's it. And that's the kind of person you are. I'm not going to pick on the wrestling style and stuff. He did what he had to do because that's what he did. He was short and sweet. That's what the crowd wanted. That's what it was. But get out of your head, mate. You're not Bret Hart. You're not Mr. Perfect. You're not Ric Flair. You're not Barry Windham. You're not any of those great technicians in the ring. All right? You got lucky and good on you because, I mean, everyone would take it, but be humble, my friend. Be very humble. You're very lucky Vince McMahon took you on. He loved you. But be very humble, my friend. Seriously. I mean, and everyone who picks on Bret about what he did, I mean, think about it, man. He just kicked him in the head. He knew he dropped Undertaker on his head. I mean, I went to the Undertaker talk down here in Australia, and he made it quite clear don't talk about Goldberg. So, I mean, he is obviously, was he unsafe? I don't know. The matches look okay, I guess, except for his older ones. But I mean, it looks like he just goes, I'll do what I need to do. That's the attitude I see. Everyone gives Hulk Hogan crap, right? Okay, everyone gives Hogan crap. Maybe he was political. Yep, fair enough. But was he unsafe in the ring? No, can't say he was unsafe in the ring. All right. I don't think anyone got hurt. If they did, I don't know about it. Did anyone get hurt with Brett? No. All right. So, even Shawn Michaels, great worker, pain in the ass, of course, backstage. We all know about his little history. But, everyone tries to make a better life for themselves. Like you can see Shawn's trying to reminisce and trying to make good for what he did. Bill Goldberg won't do that, eh? But, I just had to say it because it's just, I can't stand a bloke, to be perfectly honest. And everyone's going to say, oh, you're jealous of him. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I would take the opportunity. But, the only thing is this, here's the lesson, ladies and gentlemen. When you get something, be humble about it. Love what you do. Be enthused by it. But don't shove it down people's throat and think you're owed anything. And that goes for anything in life. We've all gone through it. We go, you're owed something. Why aren't I victim, victim, victim? Hello, I did it for years. But now you just have to look and go, you're very grateful. Just remember, here's one for you, ladies and gentlemen. Just be grateful for breathing each day. That's the big one. Have a think about that. So, as I said, Mr. Goldberg, if you want to go, just get up every morning, be grateful for your family, which I'm sure you do. Don't really watch much of your matches anyway because I'm sick of them. But I'm sure you're grateful for your family. But just be even grateful for your breathing, man, because, you got an opportunity. Don't complain about your opportunity. You reckon Brett's been called a whinger, mate? Some of the stuff you've been doing and whinging about your send off like you're some great hero. Well, you're not. You wrestled well. You got a name, and that's basically it. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me. This has been Jay for the Robin Hood Effect. To chat with Jay, remove your mask, write your story. You can grab the best-selling book, Journey of a Whitefeather, Remove Your Mask, Write Your Story, on Amazon and all good book outlets. Also, we've got the affirmation cards, Aussie affirmations, pretty funny. Daily affirmations that you'll get when you need a little bit of inspiration and it'll make you think. You can grab them off my website. And of course, you can jump on our YouTube, our Chat with Jay on Spotify, Buzzsprout, and all good platforms. Have a listen. I think we're up to about 82 or 83 episodes. We're really looking forward to cracking the 100. And obviously, Life Theories with my soul family, Diana, Cortez, and Sarah. That's on Spotify and YouTube as well. Thank you so much. I know some people won't agree with me, but at the end of the day, as I said, it's about having a voice and speaking my truth. And I hope these words can help someone and to get their life to the where they need to get to. That's the most important thing, is the inspiring words of other people like Marcus Aurelius, Wayne Dyer, and others, so many great people that have helped me along the way. I hope that my words can help you, and I'm very grateful for you to even take the time to listen to this. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you soon. Have you got a story to share? The experiences that you went through those dark times need to be told, need to be heard. The teachings, the lessons. I know when I had a stroke scare that it changed my life. My name's Jay from Journey of a Whitefeather, and I run a show on Spotify and all good platforms called A Chat with Jay. I talk to normal everyday people who have had experiences that need to share their teachings with the world. I speak to celebrities who are there, who can give you advice how to become a better person. Bruce Buffer, the Kings of Disco, Lucky Lawless from Wasp. So many people, but I love talking to the normal everyday person that gets up every morning to be their best self. If you want to be a guest, whitewarriorhealth@gmail.com. Check out our socials, #JayStephenson, #Journey of a Whitefeather. Take care and always be the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.